Nottinghamshire moved back to the top of the LV County Championship by completing a 7-wicket win over Sussex at the PROBIZ County Ground, their 4th victory from 7 games this season. A win was by no means a certainty at the start of the last day, with Sussex resuming on 177 for 4 in their second innings with a lead of 58. Murray Goodwin and Luke Wright had given their side a chance on the previous evening with an unbroken partnership of 78, and they took that to 107 in the first 9 overs of the morning, Wright completing his second 50 of the match. Andre Adams hadn't bowled on the previous day because of a shoulder problem, but on now it was him that got the crucial breakthrough in just his second over as he found the edge of Wright's bat. That was just what Notts needed, and 3 overs later they had Sussex 6 down as Ben Brown was out, and then Adams struck again as Goodwin clipped him straight to Michael Lum to go for a very hard-working 74. Samit Patel also struck for a second time in the morning to bowl Steve McGoffin as Sussex lost a 4th wicket for 20 runs to be 8 down with their lead standing at only 107. They needed a partnership from their lower order, and Navid Arif and James Anion threatened to give them one. The second new ball was taken, but that didn't initially bring Nottinghamshire the dividends they were hoping for, as this pair created a little bit of tension for the fielding side as they added 32 for the 9th wicket. Andy Carter then claimed his 4th wicket for his best figures for the county as Arif slashed at a ball from him and was very well held by Ricky Vessels, who had a match to remember. Harry Gurney ended the innings soon afterwards as Monty Panesar edged him behind, with Carter taking 4 for 64. Sussex were all out for 263 to set Nottinghamshire a target of 145 in 2 sessions. The home side had not given up yet, however, and Anion was putting his back into his bowling as Alex Hales was to find out. The visitors came out with a very positive attitude. They were not going to claw over the line. Vessels, who'd hit 144 runs in boundaries alone in his brilliant 199 in the first innings, added another 6 fours as he smashed a quick 30 as Notts knocked off 48 of their runs in the opening 10 overs. His attacking nature also brought about his downfall though, as he found Goodwin in the deep off Chris Nash to go for an exuberant 30. Hale soon followed for 24 with a straightforward nick off Michael Yardy, which was pouched by Ed Joyce. If there were any nerves in the visitors' dressing room, then they didn't show them. Lum kept the board ticking over as Nottinghamshire began to cruise towards their target. The former Hampshire man struck 25 to take the total to 90. So only 55 were needed when he was out, going back rather than forward to be trapped in front by Panesar. But that was to be Sussex's last chance as Notts headed towards their first win on this ground since 1983. Yardy constantly switched his bowlers around in the desperate search for a wicket, but Patel was equal to everything. He was particularly profitable off the bowling of Arif, who he struck for a number of boundaries. James Taylor had some troubles against Panesar but stuck it out to be there at the end. And in the 45th over, Patel hit the winning runs to also go to his 50. Nottinghamshire had reached their target with just 3 men out to send Sussex to a very rare home defeat. Given the successes of their nearest rivals Warwickshire and Somerset earlier in this round of games, this was a must-win match for Notts, who took 23 points for their efforts to go back to the top of the table by just 1 point, although Warwickshire do have a game in hand. Sussex took 5 points from the contest to now trail the leaders by 49 points.